That night, the producer and the head pyrotechnician sat up in the top of the house with 22s and killed about 10 of them. The spiteful hand of the producer, striking down the foul varmints, afflicting his cast and his show. And that's really an appropriate image for Marion, the producer. He was a little like God in the Old Testament. He took care of you, he provided for you, you loved him, you didn't know what he was always talking about, and you were just a little bit scared of it. After my rookie year, I always enjoyed the first time he would address the troops, because all the newbies would be looking at each other like, what the hell does that mean? Is this going to be on the test? But Marion was kind of a pad rat. Into NASA, he'd go down to launches, and one year before the final dress rehearsal, he addressed us all and said, when they say you're on the launch pad and it's about to blast off, don't worry, because it won't do you any good. You worry in the weeks leading up to the blast off when you can do something about it. But when you're on that launch pad and they're counting it down, just sit back and enjoy it, because there's nothing you can do now. And that's something I take with me still to this day. My first season, I played Wapete Lenawe Nasui, which is Shawnee for third Indian from the left. It's kind of a drag at first, no scripted dialogue, but then I realized it's really kind of free. I mean, actors in the house, y'all know that sometimes the script just gets in the way of what you're trying to do. In one scene, I stood next to this guy playing White Blue, and he was not good. And I would say to myself, oh Lord, I am so much better than this guy. Give me just one chance to prove it to him. Well, Aeschylus said that when we feel willing and eager, the gods join in. One Saturday evening, I'm coming back from town, and there's a note taped to the door of my tool shed. Steve, you're playing White Loon tonight. Well, I guess I better take a look at those lines. The guy was sick, but it's Saturday night, 1,800 people, full house. We restaged the blocking on the fly to accommodate some new action. I'm stuck at the top of the ramp, at the top of the house, a long way from the main stage. And I'm called on to speak, and my voice just booms out over the amphitheater. 1,800 heads turn to look and listen. I could even feel the actors on stage perk up and listen. They got a little complacent with the other guy. It was like hitting a home run, my first major league at bat. The scene ends, and I run off through the woods, feeling pretty good about myself. And I catch a glimpse of a shadow cast by my huge Miami Indian headdress, and I think, whoa, I look pretty damn cool. Boom! I hit a root and went face first into the jungle. But that was not nearly enough to bring me down that night. The next night is Sunday. The house is dark. I'm lying in my shallow grave of a bunk thinking, oh Lord, just give me one more chance to show them it wasn't a fluke. Well, Monday rolls around, the guy's still sick. I've got to do the part again with the same results. Next season I'm back playing that part all summer long. You know, sometimes our prayers are answered. But that wasn't the only revelation. The Serpent Mound is the largest animal effigy mound in North America. It's about 3 feet tall and 1/4 of a mile long, and it snakes across the Ohio countryside. It's a really powerful place. And it's not too far from Chillicothe, Ohio. The first time I went there, it really brought my brother Buck to mind. He was a very spiritual sort of guy, and he was killed some years ago. And so much so that when my mom and sister came to see the show, I had to take them there because I knew that they would feel it too. And the whole time that we were there, a butterfly followed us around. Some Native American cultures think that butterflies are the spirits of departed family members who come back. Was it my brother, or was it just a coincidence that the same butterfly followed us around for 3 hours and lighted and lingered on each one of us? I don't know. Maybe things mean what you think they mean. Some epiphanies were of a more material nature. One day, I'm at a riding hall, and it dawns on me. This is my job! I am getting paid to ride this horse! The greatest job in the world! And I thought about the boys I went to high school with at the Lord of the Flies preparatory school. We're all doctors and lawyers. And me, I'm running half naked through the woods, playing with black powder weapons, ritualistically torturing guys. There is no way that they can be having nearly as much fun as I am. I win. That night, as I'm lying in my shallow grave, sore in places that you can only be sore from riding a horse bareback in a loincloth, it dawns on me. I make $90 a week. And a bag of weed costs $50. These guys, they're making doctor lawyer money. So maybe it's a push. Still, they never scalped a guy in front of 1,800 people. Well, maybe the lawyers, but